Hi there, Phil here from Radio.co, and in this tutorial I'm going to go through some of the settings that you can use to manage and make your station truly feel like yours. So here I'm going to click on the settings tab. You can see here on the left, very simple, very signposted. And the first page you're going to see there is your profile. This is where you're giving your station that really personal touch of exactly what is this station. It's probably where you'll go first because it's where you get to name your station and where you get to upload a logo. So you can see I've got my classic rock radio logo there. There are some stipulations, depending on, you've got to be the exact kind of size and kind of file there. You can find that information all there, and you just simply name your station here. If you've got an associated website, not that it necessarily integrates with your website through this, but it's just a personal profile you're creating. So add your website there, select a genre, what description you're going to give it. This is really good practice for when you are submitting your station to internet radio directories, that you know how to kind of pitch your station. What is it all about? How can you sum it all up? So it's a great practice just to, think of a perfect description, an elevator pitch for your station, if you will. Again, specific keywords, where you're based. The most important thing here, I would say, as well as the name of your station and the logo, is the time zone, because of course this is what interacts with the schedule. So if you've put the wrong time, say you're based in Eastern time in the US, and you've accidentally set it to British summertime here, then yeah, of course your schedule is going to be completely out of sync. So make sure that's correct, and again, your country will help as well. There's also an option here called the Weekly Digest email, and this is something where you'll automatically get a report emailed to you every week, which just lists your statistics. So rather than necessarily having to go in every week or every day even and download stats, you can get a nice report emailed to you every single week. It's a really neat feature, so turn that on, and also make sure any changes you make have been saved. The next option is broadcasting. So this is where you can change how the station sounds. So first of all, right at the top here, there's a feature called Live Anytime. Now, I do believe this feature is on by default, but it's always worth just double checking. And what this means is, as the station owner, so the person that set the station up, as the owner, you actually don't need to schedule yourself to go live. As the name suggests, you can go live anytime. If you want to connect and go live right this instant, maybe there is some breaking news, or maybe you just got a good feeling and you're like, hey, I'm doing nothing right now, I feel good, I just want to just broadcast some of my favourite music live right here, right now. Well, you can just go live and overrule everything that's currently scheduled. So always worth double checking that is turned on. We also have an option here called the default crossfade. Now, when your station is in automation, which could be all the time or the majority of the time or whatever, what this does is anytime your station is in automation, this determines how long your tracks fade in and fade out of each other. They're crossfading. As one track ends, how soon until another track starts. So it's kind of almost segueing your tracks together. So if I chose this default of 3 seconds, it's over the course of 3 seconds. So as it sounds, one is fading out, one is fading in. You can extend this all the way to 10 seconds if you want a really stretched out intro and outro of a song like that, or you can even remove it entirely if you want to. If you do remove it entirely, it's going to arguably make your tracks sound a bit more harsh, stop and start. But we also have a manual track editor as well, so you can always manually set in and out points for all your tracks as well. But by default, I believe it is 3 seconds. Volume normalization. So this is a feature where it helps you sort of balance the music, balance your content so everything is more or less on the same level. By default, the station just broadcasts everything in the format, in the state, in the volume it is. So by turning this on, it just ensures that everything is playing at a consistent volume. So it's worth it if you've got a lot of old music compared to a lot of new music. Sometimes this helps balance it out and arguably make it sound a lot better. And then we also have the audio stream quality. This is what allows your station to stream at a certain quality that, whether it's for streaming on computers, mobile phones, it's just a nice, consistent, high-quality stream. Now, all of our plans let you broadcast up to at least 192 kbps, which is classed as CD quality of sound. It's a really high-quality, HD, really crystal clear, really crisp sound. It's a really nice sound. And just for context, most internet radio stations broadcast maybe at 128. So I would say a really good place to put your station is between 128 and 192. Maybe perhaps your station is purely spoken word, then you may just want to bring it down a little bit more. You can see here, just for comparison, 64 kbps is FM radio quality. A little bit more than that is DAB quality radio. So internet radio, at least the one that we provide, is very, very high quality. So it's up to you. You can choose whatever quality you want, like such. And if you subscribe to our premium plan, to our top plan with Radio.co, you can actually broadcast up to 320 kbps for really pro studio grade sound. And you'll see a second option here called mobile streaming. If you turn that on, what that does is it provides your station with a secondary link specifically for mobile quality. So normally when a mobile phone is trying to connect to a very high quality stream, obviously it requires a very strong internet connection. If you're particularly out and about relying on mobile streaming data, you may find that a very high quality link or video you're watching on YouTube, anything like that, it may struggle to kind of access it and keep listening to it without it stopping and buffering. What mobile streaming does is it provides, albeit relatively low quality stream, but it allows your mobile users, particularly in more deprived areas of signal, it allows them to remain connected for longer, and they can listen to your station a lot more comfortably. So it's always worth turning on because they'll automatically switch to that stream if the mobile device deems it necessary to. And again, always save your changes. In security here, there's a couple of options that allows you just to manage how your station is being accessed, or rather who can have access to your station. So I mentioned it in a previous tutorial. We do have geo-protection. So by default, your station is available worldwide, but you may want to restrict it to where people can find it. So if you turn geo-protection on, this allows you to choose whether certain countries are blocked or vice versa, only select countries can access your station. So the options are I can allow. So if I go on allow, any country I type in are the only countries that can access my station. So if I put, United Kingdom, that means that only IP addresses from the UK can listen to my station. On the flip side of that, maybe I want every country on earth to listen to my station apart from the UK. I click block. I can also block unknown locations. If I'm unsure of how a user is actually connecting to my station, I can always block them as well. We have an option called Ripper Protection, and that's just a further way to stop your station stream being taken by bots and sites that are basically taking streams without your permission and rebroadcasting them for you. Maybe they're running your bandwidth, your listening hours, and of course you don't want them to have access to any of your content. So if you turn on, there are numbers of softwares, names of softwares that you can add on, and it will protect your stream from that particular known name, like so. And then we also have the ban list. You can always ban a specific IP address, a specific listener from remaining connected if you are suspicious of them. Maybe it is a user who has been connecting to your station for over 24 hours straight. They could really love your station, or they could likely be a bot. So if you want to, you can ban those, restrict them, and they'll all be listed here to stop people from accessing your station. In the advanced section, I've already touched on this before. It's the separation rules. This basically allows you to, when your station is playing tracks at random, notably through tags, it prevents the same artists or same albums repeating too often. So if I turn album separation on, I don't want the same album to play within, in this case, 10 minutes. Great. Artist separation. I don't want the same artist to play within 10 minutes. Maybe I want it within 60 minutes, for example. Now, the reason why this is an advanced tool is because there is still a right way of doing this, and that's through the excluded tags. Now, for example, I may have lots of artists that I want to play, and rightfully, I don't want the same artist to play too often. However, it turns out all my jingles or my ads, my idents, all my production has my name on it. I am the artist, Phil, on it. So that would, by default, come under this rule. It's only going to play that jingle once every 60 minutes because they're all under the same artist, which is me. So in that case, I can put excluded tags. So maybe I've got a tag called jingle or station IDs, like so. So I'm going to turn station IDs on. So that means, yes, the same artist is only going to play once every 60 minutes, apart from those tagged with station IDs. So that's how that works. And finally, we have integrations. These are a couple of extra services that you can integrate your station with to give it far more options. We have our sister company, Podcast.co. And if you link Podcast.co up to Radio.co, it means any of those live shows that you recorded through the live recording feature, as soon as you come off air, you can effortlessly upload them to that service and then make them available on demand. Similarly, we have Mixcloud. That will do more or less the same thing. You can hook it up and upload some of your recorded shows up to Mixcloud. We also have a feature that will allow you to stream directly to Mixcloud Live as well. So that's also another reason that you can integrate Mixcloud with it. We have TuneIn. TuneIn, if you are fortunate enough to be listed with TuneIn, or perhaps you're an old station and you still have a viable link within TuneIn and you're just updating it on Radio.co, again, put your TuneIn details on here and your station will now be available on the TuneIn directory. And then we also have Syndicast. That's a brand new relationship we have with Syndicast, and this just allows you to discover things like, as it says here, music sweepers, jingles, lots of really easy access to some media on that amazing site. So again, integrating your details there. And we also have Zapier. That has some uses when it comes to uploading media and tagging media as well. So they're just a couple of settings, really. It's up to you to play around with it, adjust how your station is sounding. But ultimately, it's quite straightforward, and you can change any of these settings anytime you like if you are the owner or the station manager. And if you want any more videos just like this, then head to our help center, help.radio.co. And until next time, take care and happy broadcasting. Want to take your radio station to the next level? Well, here at Radio.co, we don't just specialise in launching new radio stations, but elevating existing ones too. For example, do you have an internet radio station that doesn't seem to be hitting that audience you want? Are you unsure whether the branding or the content you've created is right? Are there just too many industry buzzwords and equipment types that you can't get your head around? Allow me to offer my expertise. For just $50, you can schedule in a 50-minute consultation with me to go through every aspect of your station, with the goal of refocusing and revitalising your efforts to mould it into something that you're truly happy with. Even if you don't have a radio station or podcast yet, but you'd like some guidance on how to get off to a strong start, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. Don't let stress and small audience numbers get you down. Get in touch via studio@radio.co, and we'll put our heads together to turn this thing around.